Hey, Knowledge family, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is doing fine. Hey, shouts out for everybody. I'm not going to be able to type in the chat and engage with people in the chat today, but I am looking, okay? But shout out to everybody. Shout out to the moderators and everything for keeping it and holding it down. People, y'all family, y'all already see what's on the screen. Today I want to talk about these two. Daejhanae Jackson, who is wanted by Mexico, and then about James Dunmore. Yes, let's talk about him and what he did to Alicia Watts. But thing about it is, you see, I have tracking James Dunmore. And when I say we tracked James Dunmore. Yeah, James. Yeah, James. See, it's something about you that I kind of felt. I knew something wasn't right when you did what you did to our sister, Alicia Watts. But you know, just like I tracked Daejhanae, I had to track you. And boy, family, y'all would be amazed at what we saw and found, okay? Now, what I can say is James Dunmore might now possibly have a new case when I get through with this, or maybe new cases when we get through with this. Yeah, James. See, I knew it was something about you. I knew it was something about you. But anyway, we gonna get to that, family. We're gonna talk about both of these here on the screen, okay? Daejhanae Jackson, who is one. Why ain't you gone back to Mexico yet, girl? All you have to do is book a ticket down there to Mexico, because see, you like going to Mexico. Why haven't you took that flight back to Mexico? Because see, you done made about 2-3 visits prior to you deleting Shanquilla. You made about 2 or 3 trips to Mexico, having fun, drinking on tequilas. Why you won't do that now? That's all we saying. Why you won't do that now? But anyway, family, we'll get to that. We will get to that, because we got a lot of tea today. But anyway, what I want to talk about is I'm gonna just spend one brief second, because our team wasn't banking on talking about anything else but these two on the screen, okay? But then I was made aware of that it was somebody out here that wanted my attention, okay? The other day, it was a man on here that just on YouTube that wanted my attention, and of course trying to attack Cafe of Knowledge, but I really had no problem with this person. I don't know where it all came from or whatever. But let's talk about mail carriers, okay? Let's talk about mail carriers. And then we're gonna talk about the ghetto tube, okay? Now, and we're gonna call it the G tube, okay? But it stands for the ghetto tube, okay? But we're gonna call it the G tube. But let's go back to this right here, to the mail carriers, okay? Because you have some mail carriers that are viewers, some of them now, not all of them, okay? Y'all just listen to me. You have viewers that watch people channel. You got 4 stages of a channel, okay? You have the viewers, you have the subscribers, then you have the moderators, then you have the content creator, okay? And all 4 of them are very important to a channel, okay? But then some of those 4 will turn into mail carriers. Yeah, they'll turn into mail carriers where they would take some information over to another content creator and start mess and tell that content creator, hey, such and such is talking about you, or such and such said this about you, or look what I got an email about such and such, such and such, such and such, right? And then they'll come right back to that same content creator that they told the other content creator that was talking about them. And then they'll come back over here and talk about that content creator. And then they will say, hey, let me tell you what such and such said about you. And hey, look at this email right here that such and such, me and such been talking about, and look what they said about you. Or we was on the telephone last night, and look what they said about you. Then they'll run over to another one. Hey, look what they said about you. Hey, this content creator throwing shots at you. Hey, I think this content creator is talking about you. Check this out. It's just a big old ghetto mess. It's just a G mess, family. You know? And that's when it turns into the G-tube instead of YouTube. Okay? It's just a certain sectors that like to start mess and love to start beef. You know? And this person, I remember, you know, them saying, like, throwing shots at them. Family, the person, this man here just came out attacking me, talking about me, all that stuff for no reason the other day. I'm like, what is going on? Because see, people have to realize, start spreading your wings around YouTube, and then you will realize you're not the only one that's in this fight for Shanquilla. It's more content creators if y'all would just spread your wings. Spread your wings and start looking at other people who are, they're not probably much involved in this case as we are, but they do mention her case sometimes just to keep her name going, you know? And so I look at a lot of different ones to see what's going on, what's being said about Shanquilla, who throwing monkey wrenches in there. My team does a lot of that, you know, and we look at stuff like that. And there is about 6 or 7 content creators that a lot of people don't know was at that brunch event. So don't think because I'm saying something, I'm talking about certain ones. Find out who it was. It's about 6 more content creators that was there, but because you're not spreading your wings, y'all don't know about other people who was at that event as well. So when I go to saying things, it don't necessarily have to be a certain person. It don't have to be you when I talk. But I guess if the shoe fits, wear it. But the shoe damn sure wasn't for that person. But that's what I'm talking about the message. And then, you know, you got the mail carriers that will have something, they'll shoot it to 5 different content creators and say, hey, this is exclusive. This is just for you. Only for you. But really, 5 other content creators got it. See, I never deal in pickups like that. And it's a reason. Because then people will think, if 5 content creators got the same thing, all at one time, from mail carriers, then if everybody go live at the same time, got the same title, got the same information, they're going to be like, damn, that person backdoored me. No, ain't nobody backdoored you. Check your circle. Check your circle, G. See, that's why I only have 2 moderators. And then that's even. I have a woman and I have a man. See, I do stuff. See, when you only have 2 like that, you can keep your eyes on stuff. You know where stuff is coming from. You know what's being leaked, and you know what's being lied on, and you know who's starting mess, and you know who ain't starting mess, and you're able to detect and hold on and grab a hold to your damn channel. But if you got about 20, 30 doggone moderators, 10, 20, 30 moderators, you don't know what's going on. You can't, because I see it, I have it, I know it, it comes to me. But one thing about me is when people send me stuff about people, oh, this person talking about you. Check this out. Go to timestamp this. Go to timestamp that. Check this out. He, ha. Check this out. This person talking about you. Then it'll go right back over there to that other person and say, I was talking about them. But see, when you have so many people that you can't really watch, your channel will dive down in a barrel of quicksand. Because you ain't got control of your stuff. I ain't never had to say anything about nobody that I didn't say their name. Go back and look at any one of my videos, family. Y'all know this. And I know a lot of my subscribers going to say, Cafe of Knowledge, please don't spend your time on this. Please don't. And y'all are right. But look, I have to address this. I really do. And y'all know how I am. Once I address it, I'm done. I don't want anybody from the Knowledge family or who is connected to the Knowledge family to say anything to this man. Please don't. Don't even do a clap back. Don't do anything. Let it roll. Let it roll. Because it's obviously, I see that the person is being played. Oh, it's a hard play running on that person there. And it's a couple of people who running plays on that person. Because they come over here in the DMs, in the emails. And I don't pay them any attention. You know why? I'm not for the mess. My channel has never been a ghetto channel. It has never, it did not build on beef. It's not going to start with beef. It's not going to start having beef in it. No. That's what we're not going to do. At all. Check your circle, G. You got a lot of mail carriers. You know? And a lot of things that this man said attacking me the other day was pure D lies. He said something about Mr. Robinson asked me how. None of that ever happened. Everything that man said was lies. Never did happen. I don't have no strikes on my YouTube channel. I don't have none of that. Where is all this coming from? But I'm going to tell you what I think is coming from in a minute, along with the mail carriers. You know? I keeps it real. Everybody that I done had a problem with, and it ain't many, it's only one man who he was a real gentleman. I have to, and people might not want me to call this man a gentleman, but I'm going to call him a gentleman because he attacked me for no reason. This is another one. He attacked me for no reason. I clapped back at him when I was at my condo on the beach. I never put his name in the title, but I did mention his name in my video. He went his way, I went mine. That is a gentleman. He had no most dealings. He said nothing else. We squashed it. We left it alone. Then I did a video with two people that was degrading Shanquilla's name. And I put their name in the title. It rhymed with their name, but they knew exactly who I was talking about. That was about 6 months ago. See, I don't have problems like that. I really don't. And those ladies never said anything to me. That was 6 months ago. Now, if they say anything now, I'll let it slide because that was 6 months ago. You know? But I've always said the name when I'm talking to your ass. Always. Always. When that troll, we found out who that troll was, I put it up there. I've never been the type that if I have a problem with you, that I'm not, your name is too good to be mentioned. No, G, I will say your name. I really would. If I had a problem with you. But I don't. But the way that video that this man attacked me, I somewhat do now. A grown-ass man attacking a woman for no reason because he's going off of mail carriers and because he getting the plays run on him. So he's going to flip over here to Cafe of Knowledge. I need a cowgirl, something I get views from. Roll in the hay, will subscribe with a cowgirl. I need some views and clicks. Come on now. Don't ride me like that. especially when I ain't did nothing to you. A man attack a woman just out the blue. My team was like, hey, because I have boots on the ground early in the morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning. They came to me, waking me up. Hey, you got some problems with people out here? I'm like, no, why? Shit, you might want to check this out. Because they know if I have a problem with somebody, I would say it. I'm not going to hide that. I didn't. But anyway, so we talked about the mail carriers, because the mail carriers is really running plays on some people. But see, can't run no plays on me. Because all the information and emails I got on people. Hey, look here, the players being ran hard on you, bruh. And I can guarantee you, it ain't me. I'm solid over here. Check your circle. Come over. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know? And I'm not going to address it no more. I don't care how. If you come back, call me all kind of trifling names, call me all kind of you can do anything you want to do. I promise you, Cafe of Knowledge will move on and continue doing what we do best. That's getting justice for people and talk about maybe sometimes some celebrity talk. But that's it. I'm moving on. Cafe of Knowledge has never been a beefing channel. Never. But they say the more you grow, the more the trifling show of the people that's trying to so-called say they want to team up with you or be your friends or whatever. Nah. I see exactly how that rolls. Because I tell you right now, none of that sneak this, whatever the hell they trying to say it was. Sneak, I was so-called sneak dissing someone. If y'all don't know me by now, you don't know. I said I called you out. Just like I'm doing Daejhanae and Dunmore. Or Dunmore. Shit, your name ain't too untouchable where I can't say it. If I got a problem, yeah, I'ma say it. But anyway, so we got with the mail carriers, because I'm going to tell you right now, watch your mail carriers, because right now at this point, my team is going to handle all emails. They're going to handle all emails. Point blank, period. Because see, I was trying to be nice. But then it was a lot of trifling emails that was coming to me that I'm quite sure went to the other platforms, because I see those people in other platforms. Check your circle. Because I have receipts. And when I say they trifling receipts about a lot of content creators, they are. But then the same people that will go running here with a mail, I'm talking about the mail carrier got doo-doo all over the mail. They leaving doo-doo at this content creator, leaving doo-doo at that content creator, leaving doo on that. They just leaving it all over the place. And hoping that they see a beef. And the play was ran on this man, and he fell for the okie doke and fell in that quicksand. Because everything he said about Cafe of Knowledge on his end, the way he attacked me, everything he said was a lie. All the way down to the Nigeria license. That is not why it got pulled down. It's not. I could have just blocked off one little piece on that thing and put his whole thing back up, because his license is public records. He put it out there. It's all over like TikTok and all that stuff. Yeah. So that wasn't the problem. See, stop letting people feed you with all kind of stuff. And I don't know what kind of conversation he had. I don't know what he's talking about Mr. Rock wanting on the platform family. Everybody know me. And the crazy part about it is when I'm listening to the man attack me, saying, you wanted Mr. Robinson on your show. You wanted to bring me. Huh? Cafe of Knowledge has never bought anyone on her show. Never. Go back and check it out. And I got contacts with a lot of people that a lot of people don't know about. But I don't bring them up here. And the first thing I said to Mr. Bernard Robinson, and he could tell anybody. See, that's what I'm talking about. Mr. Bernard said he don't like people twisting his words. And that's exactly what this man here did. Twist his words. Because I could tell you, honestly, that is not how that conversation went. And that's why that man don't do interviews right today. Because people are twisting the narrative. That is not how that went. First of all, Mr. Bernard can tell anybody, and I'm not trying to bring him in here because this is not that. But he said, he could tell y'all, I said, I don't want you on my show. I don't want you doing a phone call where people can hear you over the phone. Nothing. None of that. None of that. And that made him respect me even more. I said that from point, right from get. Because I don't do that. That's not Cafe of Knowledge MO. Go look at it, people. Go look at it. And my MO is not putting people's names in the title and starting beef with them for no reason. That's not my MO. It's a sector for messy tube. And then it's a sector for people who just do what they got to do their content, and log off. And that's what I do. I don't get up here to attack people. But you know, this is how some men do. You know, this is how some men do. By doing unnecessary beefing. That was unnecessary. Who feeding you this, man? Everything you said was a plump-ass lie. That's what's tripping me out. What the what? What the who? How, where all this come from? And like I said, it's more people that I look at on YouTube and I will say some things. Spread your wings. And then you would know that whatever you thought that was supposed to be going to you was really not for you. But because you listen to people, you put the ragged ass shoes on and let the feet fit the shoe. Like I said, if the shoe width fits, wear it. But it really wasn't for you. I don't have a problem with you. Still don't. After you call yourself doing what you did. But I'm used to seeing those type of men, because I used to see those type of men like in the ghetto. And let me tell y'all what I mean by that. Because I was very shocked. But see, you have men that's like in the project area, and they love to feed their ego when it comes to women. Their ego gets strong when they fronting on women. When they disrespecting women. When they always trying to find a problem with a woman. When they always have to talk down on a woman. Always got to check a woman. Yeah. See, always got to have some type of confrontation with a woman. Always got to call themselves bringing a woman to so-called check them, and why you do this, and how come you do that, and why did you do that, and why they always call themselves. See, that's the type of men that you see. Some men, not all, that you see that their ego have to be fed, but it can't be fed by challenging real men. It has to be fed by dogging the woman. Because, see, that's that easy target. But I ain't the easy one, G. I'm not. I'm not. I see straight through the smoke and mirrors. And I'm going to tell you about that smoke and mirror in a minute. But anyway, you have some of these type of men that do this. They call these type of men narcissistic with abusive traits. I'm sorry. I work with them all the time. I told y'all I do counseling work. My foot's on the ground every day. And I teach people. Yeah, I do. Go to the playlist. I give back for free. I help people out here with their careers, starting a career, getting out of poverty, all that good stuff. So see, that's why I only be on here. I come on every 3 days or every 4 days or something like that. I really do have something. I have a business I do. I ain't got time to come up here and do some unnecessary beef, unprovoked beef. Come on now. Yeah, these type of men show narcissistic, abusive traits. Yeah, they do. And I don't have a problem with anyone. Honestly, I really didn't. But a man with a narcissistic trait, an abusive trait, will make you feel like you did something wrong. They have all kind of, they always trying to make a woman feel like they are the problem, or they wrong, or they something. You know? What's up? What's really up with that? What's really up with that? Because I notice it's a trait with women. It's a trait with women. All the beef. All the dogging, all the let me get all that, And then the mail carriers that goes over here and talk about that, content creator goes over here, talk about that, and they all doing it in the DMs and emails so you can't see it. But then be in every one of them content creators chat laughing. And most of them are very, very close to content creators. But they will be in everybody else's chat laughing at that ass. Because a lot of them was laughing when this man was attacking me. I saw it. My team got it. They screenshotted it. They did all that. Yeah. But I have no hard feelings towards them. Because, hey, they doing exactly what their goal is to do. Start beef between content creators. Tell content creators business to other content creators and hoping to spark up a beef. And they did that. They ran that play on this here man. They ran a hard one too. But I'm here to tell you, I'm not your enemy. You need to check your circle. And boy, when you check that circle, you'll find some things. Yeah, Anyway, who told this person to attack? That's one side of it. And then another side is because I know I didn't do anything to this person. I'm trying to figure out what would even make that person flip like that on Cafe of Knowledge. What would make this man, older man, flip on Cafe of Knowledge? I have been nothing but nice to this man. Came on the platform for a brief second to say some things about an autopsy, you know. He sent me a cash app. I sent him a cash app, but I do that to people that I want to support, you know. And all of a sudden, the flip started, you know. It really did. So if I know I haven't did anything to this person, to this man, I didn't do anything to him. I want to know who sent you to attack me then. See, because I know everything that this man said. I know everything he said is not true. Okay? So what would make this person attack Cafe of Knowledge like that? And like I said, please don't nobody clap back on my behalf. All my subscribers, everybody, Knowledge Family Connect, please don't let this roll. We too above this. Like I said, after this, call me every name in the book. But I will not address you again. I said the same thing to that other gentleman. I'll never address you again. Unless it come time for legal matters that I just have to address you. But then I'm not going to do it. My legal team will. Because I do have a business. I have a legit business. And trying to tarnish me is my brand. I have never tarnished nobody else. Why would a man want to tarnish me? I know that this person does other business on the outside. Why would I even try to tarnish that man? I never did. But it was okay for him to do it to me. See, I got a problem with that. But I'm going to let that shit roll in the quicksand. Because that's what's going to happen. You keep messing with me. Because see, you coming over here, finna fall in some quicksand instead of checking your circle that's putting you in the quicksand. So a lot of people need to check their circle. Yeah, when it comes to what? Not the viewers, because the viewers really can't get that close to content creators. But when you starting off with the subscribers and you starting the moderators and the content creators, hey, love all y'all. But what I don't do is the mail carrying and starting the mess. Cafe of Knowledge never been on that. And all my subscribers know that. And say half of the subscribers come from my channel. Huh? Me and my son built this mud from the ground up. When I got monetized, I didn't know none of you. So that means I have subscribers that's dedicated to me before I even introduce them to your people. Man, please. Anyway, it's giving narcissistic traits and abusive traits. I'm sorry. But what I want to say is, who told this person to attack Cafe of Knowledge? Because I never said anything negative about this person. This man attacked me for no reason. I've never said anything about it. Now, I'm going to tell you, when I mention, and this might not be, but this is what is given. Because I'm going to tell you now, I know I've never done anything to this man. So what then do we think about me and my team? Exactly what I said in my previous video. When I mentioned Shanquilla Robinson's father being included, all of a sudden, all hell break loose. See, you got to really think deep, family. This came right after I did that video saying Mr. Robinson need to be included. It came right after I showed the flyers and stuff with Mr. Robinson's name not even on there. It came right after all this. Who sent you to attack Cafe of Knowledge? That's what it's looking like, because I didn't have a problem with you. I did not. So it came out the blue. You have to look at it from my end. If I know I really didn't have a problem with you and I got attacked like that, then I have to look for other reasons why Cafe of Knowledge was attacked like that. And the only thing I see is I just did a video talking about including Mr. Robinson. Listen to this, family. Please listen. This is a little clip of the last video I just did. Listen to what I said, and it's coming to pass. Listen.
People started bringing up Mr. Robinson. All of a sudden it's, why y'all bringing that up? That ain't got nothing to do with us. That right there ain't got nothing to do with us. See, people, pay attention to people who talk like that. Okay? Because as long as people was just solely focused on one side, everything was okay.
Everything was okay.
But then when you try to bring the other half, Shakula's other half in the mix, all of a sudden, it's a problem. Why is that? Pay attention. Why is that?
Why is that? Why is that? I just said that. Can't be slick on me. See, people will make up an excuse to attack me because they don't want to say this is the reason why I was attacked. Don't play me. Don't play in my face. The evidence is right there. So you are going to make up a reason to attack Cafe of Knowledge, and that's throwing shots. I want to address her, and I want to stomp down on her because I feel like, now, not no real pure facts, I feel like, and can't nobody ever show you nothing like that. But then that excuse was used that I'm throwing some shots, or I'm picking with the person, or I'm throwing subliminals at the person. I don't know, family. But that was the excuse. Because see, I'm looking at it because I know I didn't really do anything. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't have a problem with this person. So on my end and my team end, we know we didn't have any type of problem. So then I said, that was an excuse to attack Cafe of Knowledge. Because Cafe of Knowledge started talking, trying to bring Mr. Robinson in. Notice that person quickly said something about Mr. Robinson inside attacking me. Tell everybody why you really want Mr. Robinson. Tell that. Come on now. Didn't nobody tell you to tell why you had certain people on your show? You don't owe nobody an explanation for who you bring on your show and who you don't bring on your show. So why in the hell do I supposed to explain some shit to you? Come on now. And like I said, come back. Just leave my name, though, out that title. Leave my name out your mouth. Please do. Because I never had a problem with you. Never. You know? So, it's looking like this person was sent to attack me. Who sent you to attack me? Because that's what it's looking like. Because I showed them, like I said, spread your wings. And you might realize, if you felt like you was being talked about, then you will realize, oh, shit, that wasn't even for me. That wasn't even for me. Spread your wings a little bit more. Get around YouTube a little bit more. See, y'all in this little small sector and think YouTube is bigger than y'all. It's bigger than me. Billions and billions and billions of content creators. You can't even look at them all in 1 year. It's so many content creators on YouTube. New and old. Come on now. This was unnecessary and unprovoked. And that's why I asked, what is going on? What is really going on? Because as soon as I mentioned bringing the other half, I said it on there. It's a problem. And this is a problem. I said it. As soon as you talking about bringing the other half in here, it's a problem. I said it. Listen, I said it.
Bringing up this other half in the mix, all of a sudden, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Pay attention.
That's all I see. I got attacked right after I tried to include Mr. Robinson in the justice of Shanquilla. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. I'm sorry. Say what you want. I'm sorry. It came at the definitely wrong time, right after that video. And I've never said anything, you know. That throwing shots and doing this, I don't even know what the hell the people talking about. Because I definitely, honestly, didn't have a problem with that person. Like I said, check your mail carriers. Yeah. Yeah. Please spread y'all wings more around YouTube. It's much bigger than just us. You know? I have always said, you know, if I have a problem with a person, I'm going to tell them. Point blank, period. That's all I have to say about that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have to get on to Dunmore. I think I will do Daejhanae the next video. That's what I'm going to do. Because this right here, see, that's what I'm saying. This unnecessary stuff right here. Just took a lot of what my commentary was supposed to be about. See, this is what we focus on over here. I'm not studying that beef stuff. Like I said, do what you don't want to do. You know, you could call me all kind of names. Like just leave Cafe of Knowledge, because that's a brand. Leave that out your title and out your mouth. That's all I ask. You know? That's all I ask. Other than that, you can say that lady is this, that lady is this, that lady. Say what you want to say, but I can guarantee you, you will not get a response from me again. I don't care how low you go. You will never get a response from me again. Never. Never. No matter how trifling the message is. You know? But I can say, watch your circle. Yeah. Yeah. Because everything that y'all think is exclusive is only being said to you, or this, that, and that, and you know, you're having these private conversations and everything like that. It's going straight to other people. Don't get mad at me because they running plays on you over there. Because that's exactly what it is. Especially a lot of the stuff you said about me while you was attacking me. All that stuff was clean, messed up, and all lied up. So, I talk about family. I talk about Daejhanae. I will talk about Daejhanae later. I think in the next video, I get on the fact of Daejhanae. Let me get on Dunmore, because I really did want to say this about Daejhanae. Basically, it's about her extradition. She still wanted, and why aren't you trying to book a flight over there to Mexico? And I was gonna let y'all hear some news articles that I have on Shanquilla and Daejhanae about her extradition process and all that stuff. So we'll get to that in the next video. Right now, I have to get to Dunmore, because Dunmore, you know, he really, yeah. Let me do this right here, family. Okay, and we'll do her on the next video. Okay, We'll definitely do her and the Cowboy 6 in the next video. Yeah, I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all in this next video. But now let me just get on Dunmore. Let me get on Dunmore. Dunmore. Yeah, that's a Dunmore. Is that what you call yourself, man? You call yourself Dunmore. Okay. Now, James Wendell Dunmore, family. 51 years old, and his nickname is Nunu, right? Took the precious life of Alicia Watts, the lady right there on the screen, 39 years old. And we are tracking James Wendell Dunmore, okay? So y'all get y'all pencils and paper out because y'all gonna have to follow this trail so y'all will see where this trail is going, okay? Right quick, okay? Now, he was supposed to take Miss Alicia on a date to a comedy show. But instead, he took her to round near a cemetery and deleted her. What kind of date is that? What kind of date is that? James Dunmore, see, he lived over there on Lorraine Drive, Charlotte, North Carolina, okay? Over there to zip code 28213, okay? That's where he was arrested at, okay? Then, at this address, right, he is listed like he stayed there. One of his sisters stayed there. About one brother stayed there. His wife, his current wife now, stayed there. See, these are the people that pops up under there, okay? Y'all get y'all pens and papers, okay? And two others lived at that house. So it seems like, and his mother lived there, and his father lived there, okay? So it seems like that was a family house, okay? Basically, that was a family house because a lot of family members have been there over some years, all the way down to the mother and the father. Okay? Now, check this out. James Dunmore. Hit that like button too, please. Please hit the like button, family. I'm going to pause for a minute. Please hit the like button. Please do. Because this was a lot of research on James Dunmore. Yeah, and there's some good juicy info in here as well. Please hit that like button. Even if you're in the bushes, hit the like button, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to the moderators. Shout out to everyone in the chat, okay? Now, James Dunmore also lived, check this out, family. Like I told y'all, y'all get your pens and paper, whatever. Because when I tell y'all to write something down, make sure you write it down. He also lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, zip code 28210. Then he lived in Charlotte, North Carolina, but that zip code is 28213, okay? Then he stayed in Sanford, Virginia. That zip code was 22554. Then he lived in Stanford, Virginia, in another area of Stanford, Virginia, which is area code 22554, okay? And he lived in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Write that down, family. He stayed in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Zip code 22408. Okay? Write that down, family. Then he stayed in Oxon Hill, Massachusetts. Maryland. And it was 20745 with the zip code. Then he stayed in Fort Belvoir. Okay? Virginia is Belvoir. That's it. Belvoir. Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Okay? Write that down, family. James Dunmore. Why you have all these different addresses? See, it's given. Oh, James, you know it's given. You know where I'm going at that. So y'all should remember Fredericksburg, Virginia, Fort Belvoir. Y'all should remember those two right there, okay? Now, James, why was you living at Fort Belvoir, Virginia? Was you in the military? See, was you in the military? See, who is James Dunmore? Yeah, let's find that out, family. Why was you here at Fort Belvoir? Why was you there? Why was you over there? Because see, ain't nothing but military people over there. Ain't nothing but military. See, I'm a military child, so I know. Ain't nothing but military people over there, okay? It's an army base. They do have other different branches that'll come over in there. And what I want to point out is, see, around these bases here is a lot of women that'll be around, hang around these. A lot of young women, they'll hang around these military bases on the outside of the bases and on the inside of the bases. But yeah, it's a lot of women that do hang around military base. Like I said, I was a military kid. I know. We stayed around the military base, okay? Of course. Okay, so yeah, young women, older women, they go to the base, they get their little liquor and they hang around the base. If the base got a little club or something like that, they go there. And then if it's a club on the outside of the base, a lot of military men will come to those clubs. So, what was you in the military or was you just hanging around the military? Because I'm going to show you something in a minute, okay? I just want to know why was you over there in that area, okay? Now, I done seen a lot of stuff about you, but that right there is not coming up, but I'm finna show y'all something. Y'all keep that in mind, okay? It all depends on what type of event is going on around these military bases, because I was a military kid, so I know, okay? So, and anybody else who know about the military, been in the military, been around, y'all know exactly where I'm going with this, okay? Why was you hanging around, living around, lingering around Fort Belvoir, Virginia, Army base? Why is that? Family, write that down. Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Okay, we're going to come back to that. Now, who is James Dunmore? Let's check it out, family. Okay, because this is him. James Dunmore. These are the three names that he go by. James Dunmore. Okay. And then you see here how he leaves the N out. And he just put D-U-M-O-R. Then you'll see he'll have his full name. James Wendell. Okay. Relative, mother, father, sister, brother, spouse, and all them. And that's when they all was listed up under that residence that I was just showing y'all. Okay. Now, let's get to this. Heartbreaking loss. This is about Alicia Watts. Okay, so it says Watts worked in a mental health support and was the CEO of Inspired Vision Support Service. Okay, provided disability service to persons of all age in several North Carolina counties. Okay, so that's the woman that he deleted. This is her, and her body was, found, you see right there in Montgomery County, North Carolina. Okay, and it was her body over there close to a cemetery. Okay, then it says right here that the CMPD returned to Dunmore's home on July 26, searching for evidence that could be used to cover up a, deletion warrant revealed. Detectives are looking for a swath of evidence ranging from firearms and other weapons to cell phones and DNA evidence, okay? CMPD seized clothing, cell phones, a camera, a tablet, a laptop, a memory card, swabs, and photos of him and the deceased. A lot of different photos that was in the cameras and stuff, okay? Then it says, you'll see here, it says on July 20th, investigators found a shell casing near Dunmore's home. Okay? Charlotte Mecklenburg police said the shell casing was for a 9mm, hand, whatever. Okay? And so, Dunmore has a previous criminal history in Virginia. We're going to go back to Anyway, that includes convictions for abduction and assault, battery, and stalking as well. So everything to know about previous allegations against Alicia Watts' boyfriend, okay? According to Administrative Office Court of Virginia, James Dunmore criminal record includes charges of abduction, we talked about that, stalking, we talked about the A word, and malice wounding. While the circumstances behind the accusations are unknown, Alicia Watts' friend, Miss Blue, said that she saw Dunmore exhibit signs of disturbing behavior. So Alicia Watts' friend said she's seen James Dunmore display disturbing behavior around her while her and Alicia Watts was together. Okay? And it says, in the past, Blue said that while she had not witnessed any explicit violence behavior on Dunmore's part, his behavior was still concerning. Okay? So she said there were several things he would say or do to us that were controlling, but to her it was, he loved me. Okay? So the friend said that Dunmore has done some things to us, meaning that he said some things to the both of them that raised alarm to the friend, and he has said some things to Miss Alicia Watts that most likely will raise some alarm, you know. But she says here, but she was like, you know, he just loved me. That's why he acting like that, okay? So, and there's a lot of women that feels like that. And women, we have to bring awareness to that, because it's a lot of women that says, I've heard them say, when I have boots on the ground and helping people in certain situations, I've heard some women say, if a man is not whooping on them, then the man don't love him. Or if the man is not talking nasty to him, then the man don't love him. If the man is not chastising them hard, then the man don't love him. You see what I'm saying? Come on now. You know, but that's how some of them think, and they have to get like some type of counseling to come out of that mindset. So keep out a good eye for that. And if you run across a friend or a family member or something that feels like this, talk to them and try to insist that they go find help for that, because a lot of them do think that being treated bad is a way of a man saying that they really love them. And that's not the sign at all. Far from the truth. Anyway, some neighbors in the area said that they didn't know much about Dunmore, as he is said to lead a fairly private and closed off life. See, that's why I want to know why you was in Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Because, see, when you over there, you can't too much live a somewhat quiet, private life. Not around military bases. So, what is it about you? Oh, yeah, we're going to find it out in a minute, ain't we, Jane? Anyway, then the U.S. Sun reported that Dunmore has a lengthy criminal past. You know, we already said that. He done had DV, problems, the kidnapping problems in Virginia. Dunmore was detained on both felonies in 2002 and was eventually given a sentence of 5 years in prison and 15 years of unsupervised probation after his release. So, he did 5 years. In 2002, he was thrown in there to do 5 years, okay? Then after he did them 5 years, he come back out. He went in there for them 5 years for all that kidnapping, abduction, the DV and all that stuff, okay? Then after he does his 5 years, he comes out and he's on 15-year probation. That 15-year probation, family, just ended not even a year prior before him deleting Miss Alicia Watts. So he had just got off for unsupervised. You know. He had just got off for unsupervised probation. And then he did this. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about it, Dunmore. His criminal history included convictions of, you see this right here, intentional trauma. What? and the DV and all that stuff. You know, I don't want to keep saying them words so much, okay? Now, wife of deleted suspect. Wife of deleted suspect, right? The wife of the deleter, okay, which is James, his wife. She was standing side by side with Alicia Watts' family in court, showing her support because, remind you, that James Dunmore did his wife the same way. She had just separated from him 3 months prior to him deleting Alicia Watts. Okay, so she had just separated from him. She's not divorced from him yet, but she's separated from him. Okay, and that's when he started messing with Alicia Watts. Okay, that's what they saying in the article. Okay, so now James Dunmore appeared in that court Monday. For the first time, he was charged with the deletion of his girlfriend Alicia Watts. Okay, and then it says the news also said that they learned that Dunmore is married to R.T. Broughton. Okay, so yes, that's who his wife is now. Not his ex-wife yet because they haven't got a divorce, okay? And she been his wife since 2021, okay? She was in the courtroom for Miss Alicia Watts' families to support them, and they also was supporting her as well. So they like a confidant to each other, okay? So, yeah. Now, his ex-wife also took out a DV protective order against Dunmore in May after she said, he brutally attacked her, basically. Okay. Now, a lot of emotions. Wife of James Dunmore taught court appearance helping DV victims. Okay. So she on here, family. She's also listed on that house. Her name is listed as living in that house. Remember I was telling y'all that it has the listing of him was in the house. It's just a family house, basically. Okay? And it seemed like it came from Dunmore's mother and father. Oh, yeah, we finna get into that, family. But anyway, she is being a confidant to them. Okay? She really is. And she was saying that she just wants to support them because she don't want this to happen to anybody else. And she's hoping that justice will really be served this time. And you see down here, she said, just really hoping that justice be served this time. Meaning that she had been calling on him. They have a lot of different phone 911 calls that she made or either he made about some type of DV going on in their relationship. Okay? But he never was put in jail. And I think he should have been because, remind y'all, well, he had just come off of probation. And so I guess they just wasn't booking him or taking him in like they should have or, whatever. But you see, it looked like he started cutting up in the open. Notice I said in the open. He started cutting up in the open after he got off of that 15-year unsupervised probation. Yeah, ain't that right, Dunmore? Yeah, So she's just talking about there's a lot of emotions, and she's gonna be sticking with the family. She says her relationship with Dunmore was one filled with DV, basically. Said she described that he used to be punching her, kicking her, choking her, and threats to delete her. So, yeah, he was making all these kind of threats. So, pay that some attention, family, because it says here, he was making threats to delete her, right? Because I want y'all to remember, we're going to go back to Fort Belvoir, okay? And that Fredericksburg, okay? Yeah, yeah. So, now, his bond was denied, okay? And as we said, he's 51 years old. Good, his bond is denied. He don't need to be out. But after this, you might have some more charges on you, Mr. Dunmore. It depends on how these police departments look into certain cases, okay? Yeah, yeah, Mr. Dunmore. Because, see, I think this ain't your first time. Just like the Cowboy 6. I don't think it was their first time doing that, deleting somebody. I don't think it's your first time deleting somebody. So we gonna check into that. But anyway, it says that his court appearance lasts only 6 minutes. And Dunmore's next court date is scheduled for September the 14th. Okay? Now, let's go here. Why is Mr. Dunmore, why is he on my list to check into? And I tell y'all why, family. Who is James Dunmore? Let's check it out, okay? So, now, you see that, I have his brother's obituary up here, okay? Now, let me make sure y'all see this thing. Okay? I have his brother's obituary up here, okay? And it's all public records. All public records, okay? We just going to go through it because I want to show y'all something. Get your pen and paper ready, okay? Because, see, James Dunmore, what do you most likely got hidden or buried inside? That's what I want to know, okay? So, right here, family, let's start here. This is his brother's obituary, right? And you see that his brother passed June the 6th, 2023, okay? Just right here this year, okay? And then you will see his brother's name is Thomas Lee Dunmore, okay? Now, I just want to go to who they say James Dunmore parents are, okay? So, you'll see right here. This is his brother, right? This is his brother's obituary. Thomas Lee Dunmore, son of Olie Mae Gibson Dunmore. So that is James Dunmore's mother as well. Okay? So James Dunmore, James Wendell Dunmore, his mother's name is Olie Mae Gibson Dunmore. And this is important to know because I'm getting ready to show y'all something. This is all public records, like I said, okay? Now, it says that, and late Herbert Lee Dunmore Sr., that's the father. Herbert Lee Dunmore Sr. So, Ola and Herbert Lee is Thomas Lee Dunmore's mother and father, right? And this is James Dunmore's brother. So, that's his mother and that's his father, right? Okay. Let me show y'all something. And I'm going to show y'all that it does say that James Dunmore is his brother. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Got one son. Okay. Let's go to this one there. It's a continuation of the obituary. Okay. So you'll see right here. It says, his brother, right, left behind to cherish his memories. He got a son, okay? And then it goes down here. He has a daughter as well, right? And then it goes down here, his mother. See, it says his mother, Olie Mae Dunmore of Lane, South Carolina, right? 2 brothers, Herbert Ray Dunmore, which must be the junior, Tennessee, and James Nunu Dunmore. That's James Dunmore. Okay, so it does list James Dunmore as one of his brothers. You see, it says that 2 of his brothers' name is Herbert Ray Dunmore, which got to be a junior because remember their father name is Herbert Lee Dunmore. Okay, so then you say James Nunu because that is James Dunmore's nickname. They call him that, Nunu. And he lives in what? Charlotte, North Carolina. So, this is his brother, and his mother name is Ola, right? Dunmore. And then his father name is Herbert. Okay? That's supposed to be James' parents, right? All right. Now, check this out, family. And he also has a sister, which we already know. He has, I want to bring these out. And he had 3 sisters. And these are the 3 sisters that he have living, okay? You have a Vivian, And then you have a Joan, so you have, these are Jennifer. So you have his sisters that are living, okay? Now, check this out. That's the daddy, okay? Now, write this down. This the daddy. Herbert Lee Dunmore Sr., right? Okay. He passed away in 2017. Okay, so this is supposed to be James Dunmore, father. Okay? So follow me, family. Please follow me, family. If you get lost, please rewind it and come back. If you see, it says that Mr. Herbert Lee Dunmore Sr., they tells who his parents are. And these names right here was on the house when I looked it up, where Dunmore got arrested at, right? These names show up as they was living in the house. So that's why I said that house is a long time family house, because this is his great-great-grandmother that, or his grandmother, that house it belongs to. But anyway, you'll see, I want to show y'all. That's him. And he was married to, you see right here? Herbert Lee was united in holy matrimony on December 22, 1951 to Ola Mae Gibson Dunmore. And this reunion was blessed with 6 children. Check it out. Stay with me, family. Herbert was preceded in death with 2 daughters. So, Dunmore father, James Dunmore. Let me say James Wendell Dunmore, okay? This is supposed to be his father, right? So, his father, on his father's obituary, this is supposed to be his father. You see right there, he was married to James Dunmore, mother, since 1951. Okay? And they did not end. They did not have a divorce and none of that. They stayed together. Okay? So, it says here that James' father and this woman was blessed with 2 kids. I mean, with 6 kids. 6 kids. Right here. They was blessed with 6 children. 2 of the children passed away. You see? 2 daughters that preceded in death with death. 2 daughters passed away, which was Dorothy Thompson and that Denya. Okay? So, you had 2 females that passed away. Then, look what it says. He is survived by 2 sons, Herbert Lee Dunmore Jr. of Lebanton, Tennessee, and Thomas Lee Dunmore of Andrews, South Carolina. Then it jumps to 2 daughters. Why you ain't on there, James Dunmore? Why you not on there, James Wendell? See, this man said he had 6 kids. See, when James Wendell Dunmore father, supposed to be his father. So when his father passed, James Dunmore is not on his obituary as his child. Okay? Now, follow me, family. They said that they had 6 children. 2 of them has passed away. And then he had 2 sons, Herbert, and then he had Thomas Lee. That was the one that just passed that we just went over. So that means that's 4 right there, right? Then it says he has 2 daughters. Vivian, that's 5, right? Of North Carolina. Let me go to this one because I think I got it on here. Yeah, so you got the 2 sons. So remember, 2 are passed away. Then he said you got 2 sons, Herbert Dunmore. That's the 3rd one. Then it said Thomas Lee. That's the one that just passed away. That's number 4. 2 daughters, Vivian. That's 5 in North Carolina. Okay? And then Minister Jones. That's 6. Where's Wendell Dunmore at? Where is James Dunmore at? So that means that Dunmore was an outside child. Meaning that, and no disrespect, I'm just investigating the story, all public records, I'm sorry, it's all public records, okay? But it does say here that he had to been, because when we look it up, family, Rivgan, this right here, Rivgan Dunmore, she's older than James Dunmore. The Thomas, his brother obituary that we just did, he's older than James Dunmore. Then, these other ones, you have some other siblings that's under James Dunmore. So what that means, in between there, somebody skipped out on Herbert on the daddy. Y'all know what I mean by that when I say somebody skipped out on the daddy. So Dunmore dad is not that man's child. And that's why they left James out of the obituary. But if you notice in his brother obituary, they included him in that because that's his brother. But when it got to the daddy obituary, they said about his mother is his wife. James Dunmore mother is his daddy's, is that man's wife. But James ain't his child. So, from investigating that family, he is, and it looked like he was a cheap baby, okay? And what I'm saying about that is there's no disrespect. It's that sometimes you have to see why a person has such a vicious soul and such a demonic soul. You have to go back and see what was their past like. So most likely because he was conceived on the outside while the marriage was still going on, that maybe he was somewhat, after he realized it, felt left out, or he felt like he was left out or something like that. No excuses, family, now. Believe me, no excuses. I'm just saying. Follow me here. I'm just saying. I'm giving y'all some informational tea because this tea gonna lead somewhere, okay? Now, so as you notice, he is not a part of that family. He is a part of his mom, but he's not a part of the rest of his siblings. He is for his a half brother, but what I'm saying is, it shows right there, the man, they didn't even put James Wendell Dunmore even as one stepson, survived by one stepson, Wendell Dunmore. And I'm saying Wendell so you get it, but it's James Wendell. They didn't even have the decency to put that was that man's stepson, because he was conceived on the outside. And you know how older people are back in the day, they didn't like that, but it looked like his mother and that man stayed together, but that man was not James Wendell Dunmore's father. Okay, that's what it's given. Hey, that's what the obituary given, and obituary is an official document, and it's public records. So, he was an outside person. So then that let me know that most likely he started taking his anger out on women, young girls, all that. He started having a big, evil, demonic feeling towards women because he was left out. He was basically left out. And they was bold with it too. On the daddy's obituary, you see, they did not even list him as a stepson. So what that tell you? I don't know if that man said, hey, don't put him on my obituary because that's not my child. When I leave here, don't put his name on there because you conceived him behind my back. And so, no, don't put him on there. No, I treat him like a son, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm just saying, that's what it's given. That's what it's given, because they didn't even bother to put in one stepson, James Wendell Dunmore. Okay, so now, let's get to this. It's given that the family tried to overcompensate for this here thing, this incident that was going on in their family, because he was most likely a child out of wedlock, yeah. And, that was stepped out on and conceived him. and all his other siblings all are really by his mother and his stepfather. Okay? He was somewhat, I ain't gonna say a mistake, but it's just a little hot flash moment, Okay? Now, he wasn't even mentioned in that obituary, family. Now, I think he grew up despising women from what he'd been through. Okay? This is just what is given. Just what is given. I just feel like they tried to overcompensate for him. Tried to overcompensate to make him feel like he was included, but then he realized he wasn't included and all that. Because if he was left out of the obituary, ain't no telling what all else he was left out of. Okay? So he probably was feeling something. And I think he kind of, my opinion, I'm thinking that he kind of turned and started looking at women a little differently, which is his mama. So you can't take nothing out on your mom. So what do? You take it out on other women. And you become a disturbing, dangerous person when it get too far and you don't get no help. And James Wendell Dunmore is a very dangerous man and very disturbed and evil. Yes, he is. He is very much so that. James, why was you living in Fort Belvoir? Huh? Now I'm gonna show y'all this because this is a patron hat and it's a bald eagle. Bald eagle is what they call it. And most military guys wear this, and if not military guys, real patriotic guys, and normally those type of guys do hang around military people or have military friends, or they either been in the military or they run around. You can see, that's why I did this comparison. You see those two hats? They're not identical the same, but they have some of the same traits, okay? You'll see right here that you have the stars on one side. On this hat, you see the stars on one side. You have the flag on this side. On this hat, you see the flag on one side. Then, you probably can't see it, but it's like the eagle, okay? Bald eagle, okay? Yeah. So, that's why when I saw that his resident was over there in Fort Belvoir, Virginia, I want to know why. Yeah. Was you in there? It's not showing that you was in there. But why was you hanging around that area? Because if you wasn't in there, who was you around to know to be hanging? Why did you pick that area? Because see, like I said, family, that is an area that a lot of women are known for hanging out at. Oh man, getting, having partying down. You know what I'm saying? And you somewhat can take advantage of women in that area there if you got that type of trifling mind to do so. Yeah. And he got that type of trifling mind, family. See how it looked there? Yeah. Yeah. So, that's when it traced us back here to Fort Belvoir, Virginia, an army base. Yeah. Welcome to Fort Belvoir, family. I don't trust James Dunmore, and we know he is dangerous and he has a violent past. So I suggest that all these states and cities that he has resided in and lived in and all that, they need to check all missing reports for women, unsolved deletions on women. See if Dunmore was around these areas at these times. Yeah, we're finna check it out, Dunmore. Anyway, let me show y'all. It says, welcome to Fort Belvoir. Okay, family? This is a base, military base, surrounding Washington, D.C. So, see, this base is where, it's right around, real close to Washington, Pennsylvania, all of them. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of maneuver around this, okay? They population largest in size and population due to changes. Like they upgraded this base like in 2005. It was already there, but they just did some upkeeps, improvement in it, in the exterior and interior. But you'll see, although the Army operates Fort Belvoir, representatives and other partners come. You see 145 mission partners. So there's other bases as well, other branches like Marines, Air Force, Navy, things like that, okay? And this make the population in that area makes up to 245,000, okay, people. But then that's just in that Fort Belvoir area. But then you got the Washington area, then you got the Pennsylvania area, all these areas that a person can go through. And remember, all those different addresses. Also, Maryland. So it's in Virginia, but it's close access to Virginia. Because of the ideal location and district seasons, Fort Belvoir and surrounding areas, residents have access to year-round adventures in Virginia, and Washington, D.C., and Maryland. That includes river, bay, and oceans, all that culture activities, and every kind of sporting events. Not to mention government and historic buildings, too. Okay, so this is a very big popular area, and I don't trust Dunmore being over there with the type of background that he has. Yes. So I first then said, was there anybody missing over there in that area during the time he was staying there, Dunmore? Dunmore. Is it anybody else that you have done, like Alicia Watts, and over there in these areas, in the Virginia area, in the Washington, D.C. area, in the Maryland area? Is it anybody else you have deleted over there in that area? Okay, see? Those who live near Fort Belvoir also find plenty of recreational outlets within 2 or 3 hour drive in neighborhood, West Virginia and Pennsylvania. See? It's close to Pennsylvania too. 2-3 hour drive tops. You know? So you can do everything in that amount of time. Then I started looking at missing persons. James, I started looking at missing persons. Because, see, I didn't feel too good about you being on that fort, on that base. Because I'm a military kid. And, well, you know, I'm not a kid, but I'm just saying that at the time. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, I do know what goes on. I do know how women hang out. When I got in my teens and my 20s, you know, you just get to see that women hang out and guys come off the base and guys go in the base and then guys come to the club, then guys go back in the club, and then the women come in the club and everybody's getting toasted and everybody's having fun. Why was you over there? So I said, is it any missing people over there? If it is, at the time he was there, it need to be checked into. Yes, police department over there, you need to check into this. Missing, age 48. Current age, 53. Last seen in Washington in 2015. So 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you went into jail in 2002, did 5 years, so you should have been out in about 7 or 8. Let's say 8. We can even say 9, I guess. 2009, you came out. You was on unsupervised probation ever since. You was in these areas, James Dunmore. So I suggest that the police check out all these areas, okay? Because that's right about the time you was out. Yeah, over there in Virginia. Yeah, This is about the time you were tracking back and forth from Virginia to Charlotte. But then, see, something was going on. I know you was DVing on the wife, and then when she put that paperwork on you, you're gonna run over there to Charlotte. But you spent the majority of your time around over here in this area all these times, and it's a lot of people missing over there the same time you was there. So we're gonna need the police to check that out. Yeah, we're gonna need the Fort Belvoir police to check all this out. Y'all please share this, send it to the Fort Belvoir police department, and you can send it to the Virginia police department. You can send it to the Fredericksburg. We're gonna get to that. Fredericksburg, that's it. Yeah. So now here we got Geraldine Ross. Let's talk about Geraldine Ross, because family, if y'all see here, She's a pretty lady. Kind of reminds you of Alicia Watts. Okay. This lady here, it was in incident date 94. Now, this is way before he went into jail. But in 94, he still was in his 20s. He was around about 20. He was right at about 20, family. Okay, he was around about there in that 20 age. Okay, and he was running around them areas too. Okay, yes, check and see if Dunmore was around these areas at this time here, because he was in his 20s at this time. You see that name I told y'all to write down, that city? Fredericksburg, Virginia. That's exactly where it says his residence was. Somebody need to check and see into this. We already done sent it. But it would be nice if a lot of more people send stuff like this. So it can be on the fly, but we already sent stuff like this because we know that he was about 20 years old when this here lady became missing. It says a deletion. Y'all see it right there. She was deleted, and she was deleted. Let me show y'all. This is the apartment complex that she stayed in. That's not him. That's just a picture that they took of it. It got forests and trees and woods. See, this area got a lot of forest, trees, and woods. Yeah, Ain't that kind of what he did to Alicia Watts? And this lady here is from that Fredericksburg, where his resident was at for a minute. And if not her, check into any other missing cases over there in Fredericksburg, because that's where he was in all the other states and cities that I mentioned. So now, this is what her thing is. Fredericksburg Police, okay? And then you'll see, it says December the 9th. Jardine, 8-year-old son, waited for his mother to pick him up from the bus stop. When his mother didn't show up, and after waiting for several hours, he found a maintenance worker who unlocked the door to their home in the Forest Village apartments. Her son entered the apartment and found his mother's body on the floor and was unresponsive and with apparent, wounds. There was no defense wounds noticed or obvious signs of, SA or anything like that. Yeah. So, So that was her. That was her in 1994. And I know you was about 20 years old, Dunmore. And you like running around that military base. Why was you around that military base? Because, see, that's when people hang around military bases. Because normally you enter the military around about 18, 19, 20, something like that. And so, did you know people that you was running over there to Fredericksburg, over there by, because that's right over there by Bell Bar, Fort Bell Bar. Yeah, What's really going on? So then, you'll see this is another missing lady. Latrice, 37 years old, 2018. See, he was out of there then. That's in Washington. 2018, black, female, black hair, unknown, case number, all that. But that's her. She kind of reminds you of Alicia Watts. Yeah. Check it out, family. So, Mr. Dunmore, I sure hope that when the police departments in all these states and cities, because we done sent ours in, we just need some of the Knowledge family and other people to shoot some of this in and ask some of these departments that he has been resided at, Fredericksburg, and that Fort Belvoir, Virginia. Because, see, you've been around that area. Oh, they partied and they traveled to Washington. They traveled all over the place. Female, unknown, female, hair black, unknown eye color, 5'4", that was her case number. But her name was Latrice, and she was 37 years old. Then you have this right here. Name Madison. This girl right here was 14 years old. Last seen 2020. Okay? I don't put nothing past this man, okay? I really don't. I really don't. But anyway, she missing. All these missing cases around the area and where he done resided over there in Virginia. Yes. Uh-huh. And he was over there a long time now. Then you have right there a guy named Daniel, 15. He was last seen in 2020. You notice all these is kind of like in 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. 2020. Uh-huh. 2020. I'm just saying. It just need to be checked out. Not saying he did, but see, 2020. Uh-huh. See, but see, for a person like Mr. James Dunmore, see, this stuff need to be checked into anyway. Just to see, because see, we know that he deletes people and puts them in woods and behind cemeteries and all that type of stuff. See, that's why I was looking at that Patriot hat and all that. I'm trying to figure out ain't nothing showing up about no military, but for some reason you hang around that military base. And when men and women hang around the military base, you know, you get to see a lot of people. You see a lot of military kids, all that. And his mind wasn't too kosher. And we know that he hold on, family. And we know that he has a vendetta about his childhood. And he grew up with it. That's what it's given. That's what it's given. I'm just saying. That's what it's given. Then you have this one, 32 years old, 2020, Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., 2020. Her name is Daejhanae. 32 years old. Last seen, 2020. September. All of them is in September. And it's quite strange that his next court appearance is in September. Remember how Shanquilla's death date her date to return home falls on Nazir's license, his insurance license. The day she was supposed to arrive back home is the day of his expiration date on his insurance thing. And a lot of these are saying September. And that's his court date. September the 14th. Remember that? I just think they need to check into these things. Might not be nothing. But then again, it might could. Yes, and you sure better hope it ain't. Because I'm tracking James Wendell Dunmore. Yeah, Here's another one, Washington, D.C. Look at that. 14 years old. December. All these people was in the area where this man was at. I'm sorry. And we know his history. He already did 5 years for trifling abuse behavior to a woman. Did 5 years for that. And then you know it had to been bad because they put him on 15 years of unsupervised probation. Then after them 15 years, he go right back to doing the same old thing. Who is to say he didn't do it within them 15 years? He just didn't get caught because he barely got caught this time. He barely. He almost tried to get away with it, but her family kept on pushing. Was these runaways or something that it's an area runaways go to and he could have been in that area? Track him. We need the police department to track all this. Then you got 148 years old, this lady here. Her name is Teresa. 48. Her current age now is 53. But in 2015. See, he was out. And he was around that Virginia area, that base area, Washington area, Pennsylvania area. He was hanging around all them places, Dunmore. Yeah, we tracked you. He was hanging around all them places. Yeah, Then you got one that is no picture on them, but that person's name is Patrice, as y'all see. 23 years old. Should be 26 now, but that was at the time. But it's still, all these are still unsolved. Still unsolved. Okay? And she was missing in 2017. Okay? And which we said in 16, he was at 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2008, he had did his 5 years. And he was out. So he was out around about 2017. But she was last seen 2017. Okay? Then you have another one here, Isis. Okay? You have Isis. She was 16, last seen in 2020. Washington area. He was hanging out in that Washington. Then you got 114. Ariana. That was her. 14. That was September 2020. Then you have this one. Talia, 16. Washington. 2020. Yeah. Case numbers and all that stuff on there. Then you have this one. Deborah. Age 43. She was missing. Washington. 2020. See that? 2020. He was in these areas. He was back and forth. That's her case number. Yeah. He was back and forth. Yeah, he was back and forth, family. He was back and forth. Something tells me. I suggest all those states and cities that James Wendell Dunmore lived in and around to be checked for these missing persons reports or these unsolved deletion cases. And see if Dunmore was around these areas at the time of these people's disappearance. Something tells me Alicia Watts is not James Dunmore's first deletion. Share it, family. Hit that like button too. Please hit the like button. Y'all act like they're going to take $100 from y'all. I promise you, they ain't even going to take a penny from y'all if you just hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. But something tells me this is not his first deletion, family. Not at all. So Virginia PD, Maryland PD, Charlotte PD, Pennsylvania PD, Washington PD, Fort Belvoir PD, all them needs to check James Dunmore living habits around these areas. At these times, these people came up missing. You might hit a hit. You might get a hit. See, has he committed these crimes before in these areas? Just like I feel it wasn't Cabo 6 first time deleting someone, I don't think it's James Dunmore first time deleting anyone either. Y'all seen the Fredericksburg, that lady, he reside in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And she's missing. Yes, it was in the 90s, but he was about 20-something years old then. And it seems like he has experience in woods and trying to hide, bodies and things like that. Yeah. Seems like, see, this ain't his first time. He did it too quick, too smooth, too good in how he did it. And why did you try to take, he tried to delete himself, but it didn't fall through. Was that a lot of the other guilt that you have as well, along with Alicia Watts? It could have been just Alicia Watts guilt. But something tells me this man here on that screen, it's not his first time. They need to check those areas. PDs, you need to check those areas. PDs, y'all need to check them areas. Needs to be investigated very heavily. Those missing cases, see if they track back. James Dunmore can't be trusted anywhere he has been, lived, or laid his head. Wherever he been and lived his head at needs to be investigated by every one of those cities. Check those missing persons. Check them unsolved deletions during the time James Dunmore was there. That's all I got to say about that, family. This ain't this man's first time, in my opinion. If they do some hard background check about where he laid his head at and why he was at Fort Belvoir. And who all came up missing during those times in those areas. I believe they'll find another case. That's all I got to say about that. Gain knowledge to prevent blockage, and we all know what that means. The more you know, the harder it is for anybody to block you out from your goals and success. Bye-bye.